The name Medu-Neter is kind of created in ancient Kemet, but the writing system we call Medu-Neter existed from the interior of Africa. So I would like to say that there were symbols that the Twa, the San, and the Khoi used that kind of morphed into the Kushites, and then the Kushites morphed it into Kemet. But when Kemet came into existence around 4240, Medu-Neter was already being used and old. The Quastel inset burner shows you that. The Quastel inset burner is about 300 to 500 years before Narmer. It shows the king wearing the white crown. It shows him holding the Nkaka, sitting on the sacred throne. It shows Haru on top of the White House. You know, so all of that writing was there. And a lot of the so-called art that you see on the bowls of the Nubian vases and vases and stuff like that, which we thought was just art, was actually writing system. Received the word Neter, received certain cities. So the first decipherment you can see was names of cities and trade. So the concept of trade really developed the writing system because we're trading oil. We need to have a record of it. So numbers already we had established that thousands and thousands of years ago. So now we had to have the name with the numbers. So now that's when they created, so you see these symbols that represent a city, symbols that represent a king or a ruler. So that existed from the interior of Africa. And you will see some of these symbols go back 60,000 years. The symbol of Haru can be found on Adam's calendar in South Africa, right? So it's just like Nata Playa. So Adam's calendar is a precursor to Nata Playa. It's on the 30th parallel. The Great Zimbabwe is on the 30th parallel. The Great Pyramid at Giza is on the 30th parallel. So I'm trying to show you this coordination all the way down the 30th parallel from Kemet at the top, the bottom of Africa, to the top of Africa, South Africa. Everything in alignment. So they're in existence. Now that can be dated more than 60,000 BCE. So that really messes people up. So now let me ask you, what was happening in Asia 60,000 years ago? What was happening in Europe 60,000 years ago?